Oh, C1 Advanced, our favourite exam. We love you so much, especially your reading and use of English paper, which consists of 8 parts, 4 use of English parts and 4 reading parts.
But it wasn't always this way. No, it wasn't.
Prior to 2015, the use of English section was an entirely separate paper, and it had another exercise. That no longer exists.
Oh my gosh, the excitement is killing me. Tell me, Toby, what is it? What is it?
My name is Toby, this is Smash English, and here is a super secret C1 Advanced exam exercise that no longer exists. The Cambridge C1 Advanced use of English paper used to have 5 parts.
Here is part 1.
Yes, Toby, I've seen that before, mate.
And part 2.
Yes, I know what that is, Toby, that's easy.
Here is part 3.
Boring.
And part 4.
Oh my god!
In this exercise, you were given 3 sentences. Each sentence had a word missing, and it was your job to understand what that word was.
So it's basically part 2, the open-close part, except it's 3 different sentences and not just one big text, yeah?
No, because the word is the same for each space. So we have 3 different sentences with 1 word missing. It is the same word missing in each space. You must work out what that word is.
So, instead of different words for each space, it's the same word for each space. Toby, no wonder they eliminated this exercise. It's easy. Be careful, because this exercise is fantastic at making you feel stupid. The missing word tends to be simple. It will be a word that you definitely know, but don't know at the same time. And when you realise that you don't know such a simple word, you will feel sad. And that's a terrible thing. And then you will feel stupid for thinking that that simple word was simple. And that's also a terrible thing. So then, let's look at an example and we can feel stupid together.
Sentence 1. That is the where me and your mother had our first kiss. Whoa. Sentence 2. Despite spending 3 hours on safari, we were unable to, any wild hyenas. And sentence 3. I did not record a video yesterday because I had a giant on my chin. So, we need to think of the same word that can go in each space. We cannot use different forms of the same word. Each space must be filled with an identical word.
See, I told you, it's not so simple. In number 1, we need a noun. In number 2, we need a verb. And in number 3, we need another noun. So we need a word that can be both a noun and a verb and can have at least 3 vastly different meanings. Yay! So then, let's try and at least understand the meanings that we need in these 3 sentences.
In number 1, we need a place. I know this because we have the relative pronoun where. So, for now, let us write the word place. Number 2 requires a verb. This must be a verb you do on safari. The object of the verb is wild hyenas. The meaning we need could be see or find, because on safari, you see and find animals. And number 3, well, it is something you can find on a chin, and it is a reason for not recording a video. Let us pick words for 1 and 2 and see if they fit sentence 3.
Okay, so let's try with the word place, because place can be a verb and a noun. For number 1, this is the place where me and your mother had our first kiss. That fits, so place could be possible so far. For number 2, we were unable to place any wild hyenas. Well, the verb to place means to put something in a certain position. It's not impossible in the meaning, it's just a little bit strange, but again, it's possible. So let's go ahead to number 3. And for number 3, I had a giant place on my chin. No, that's weird. You cannot have a place on your chin. Well, I guess you can. This is a place on my chin, but I don't see why this would be a reason to not record a video. Yeah.
Hi, Toby. Yeah, it's me, Monica.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, but I can't come into work today.
Why not?
I have a place on my face.
So no, the answer cannot be place.
Pause the video here and think. I will tell you the answer in 5 seconds. The answer is spot.
Spot? A spot can be a particular place. For example, the top of that hill is the best picnic spot in the city. Or I've just bought a new painting, but I cannot find a spot for it. Oh no! The verb to spot means to find and see something. For example, I knew that John was at the party, but I couldn't spot him anywhere. Or, and this is a very common collocation, to spot the difference. Can you find and see the difference between two things? Like 2 pictures, for example. Can you spot the difference? Yes, I can. And lastly, spot as a noun can mean, well, this. Beautiful. So maybe before this video you thought, oh, I'm a genius, I know the word spot, and now you have realised that you don't know the word spot, and you hate yourself for it, and I'm very, very sorry, but I still love you. Kind of, I think. But that's what we're all about, yeah? We knock you down to build you back up stronger, yeah? Exactly, Bruce, yes! So, let's try one more.
Sentence 1. Toby was talking too quickly. I couldn't what he was trying to say. Sentence 2. Bruce turned up to the job interview drunk. It didn't a good impression.
Excuse me, I was not drunk.
And sentence 3. Monica thinks she's a model, but it's all believe. She's actually unemployed.
Oh my God, Toby, shut up. You don't even know me.
So again, pause the video here and see if you can do it. I'll give you the answer in 5 seconds. And the missing word is make.
Perhaps the easiest one of these 3 is number 2, because we have the very common collocation to make an impression. But what about the others? Well, number 1 is the phrasal verb to make out, and this can have many meanings. Yeah, of course it can. If you want to learn every single phrasal verb with make, then video right here. Yeah. But here, it means to understand. If you cannot make something out, it means you cannot understand what it is because it is not clear enough. For example, I cannot make out what this painting means. I mean, what is that? I have absolutely no idea. I can't make it out! And for number 3, we have the adjective make-believe. And this means imaginary. And so that is how you take words that seem simple and ordinary and make them strange and difficult and, oh my God, I hate my life and I want my mummy. And I hope that you liked it. I sure know that I did. And with that, we are finished. That was an old, obsolete, but interesting C1 Advanced exam exercise. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby, and this was Smash English.